Welcome back to TechKidFX for another apecoin price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the apecoin chart. And today apecoin has given us a bit of a breakout that we had anticipated in the previous videos. And before I get into the breakouts that we are seeing and also the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the apecoin chart, allow me to kickstart the video on the daily chart by first giving you a brief of what has been happening. And before I do that, make sure that you also give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And here on the daily chart you can see that apecoin, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $28.16 mark. And in that movement to the upside, it was not impulsive, it was much of a three-wave structure to the upside, having the wave C of that three-wave structure taking us to an all-time high. And after seeing the all-time high, we started this impulsive movement to the lower side, which is much of a five-wave structure to the lower side. And in that movement to the lower side, we have made a low at around the $2.59 mark, and also giving you a measure from the all-time high. From the all-time high, you can see that apecoin is down more than 90, that is more than 89%, and that means there are chances that we might have seen the low for this five-wave structure to the lower side. And having that in mind, we can now jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis to give you the short-term scenarios and also take a look at the chart patterns that we have information here on the 4-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that after making our low at around the $2.59 mark, we started this nice bounce to the upside, which has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in red, having the wave 5 making its peak at around the $4.59 mark, and also completing the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And whatever we expect next after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 is a bit of a corrective structure in the formation of a second wave, and that is what we have been seeing here on the apecoin chart, and sketching out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a second wave, using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1. That gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area right here, which perfectly lies between the $3.6 mark and the $3.36 mark. And that target area has been fully maximized. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bit of an impulsive movement to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3. And before I sketch out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, I want to show you a chart pattern that gave us a breakout yesterday. And that chart pattern was a triangle, which I have right here, which has been well obeyed. And you can see that the price of apecoin continued to push to the apex of the triangle until we managed to break above the 20-day MA, and also saw a breakout out of the triangle to the upper side. And the minimum target area of the breakout was being given by the height of this triangle right here. So by getting the height and then placing it right here where we saw the breakout, that was giving me a minimum target area back to around the $4.011 mark. And you can see we made our high at around the $4.05 mark, meaning we have fully maximized the target area for the breakout out of this chart pattern that I have right here. And this might be the start of that impulsive movement that we have been waiting for in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3, using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $6.46 mark. And that is the minimum target area that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do. And because the wave 3 is also an impulsive wave, this might be the start of that impulsive movement to the upside, where we can term this movement to the upside as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. Then I'll be expecting a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, then expect a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5, which should fully maximize the formation of this wave 3, and then make a high at the fib level 1.618. And there are chances that now we might have made the high for this first wave to the upside, and in case that is the case, then I'll be expecting a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a second wave, and we need to be prepared for such a scenario and sketching out a minimum retracement area, assuming this is the high for the first wave, by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that first wave right there. That gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. So there are chances that apecoin might give us a bit of a corrective structure in the formation of a second wave back to the area at around the $3.65 mark and the $3.56 mark. And once that happens, then we can expect an impulsive movement to the upside in the formation of that wave 3. But for now, we need to be a little bit patient, see whether we are going to manage to see another impulsive movement and maybe make a new high in the formation of that first wave. Then from there we can expect a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of this second wave, and also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 78 mark, meaning we have managed to get into the overbought region, and that means lower prices are coming our way here on the charts, so that we can try to create some room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD. On the MACD, we had printed a bullish cross, and we also saw an increase in the buying momentum, and we are still seeing an increase in the buying momentum, meaning there are still chances of continuing to push a little bit higher. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.